Hello and welcome to this OTIS tutorial on how to plot a group of trees for a BS 5837 planning survey. The BSI standard does not clearly specify how to present a group of trees, and so they can be shown in a variety of different ways. First, we will plot a simple outline for a group, for example an area of shrubs or small trees. Second, we will plot a group of larger trees using the standard OTIS features. Finally, we will plot the same group of trees using the extra features provided with the premium subscription. For a simple group, we select the Add Group tool and plot the outline of the crown. Then fill in the details on the survey form. And finally, we'll have a look at the RPA. I will show you now on the Maps page on the website, but it is very similar when you're using the survey app on your phone or your tablet. So I've already plotted some trees, and I want to plot a group here. Select the Add Group tool, plot my outline, double click at the end, fill in whatever information I need to. And that's it really. I can reshape the crown outline if I need to, just to get it more exact. And then I can show the RPA. So I'm showing here the RPA in a magenta line, but you can change it to be whatever color you like. And if you've got the premium version, you can use the RPA button and then adjust the RPA to be a bit more exacting. And that's all you need to do for a simple group of trees, for shrubs or small trees. And now for our group of larger trees. We have the concept of a named tree. It has a normal tag reference, T10, T11, and it will appear on all the maps and drawings and in all the reports. But we also have unnamed trees, and these only appear on the drawings and never in the reports. So to make our group, we plot a set of unnamed trees and then wrap them up in a group polygon and then fill in all the details for the report. So let's see how we do that. So over on my map, I'd started filling in some trees, so I'm going to add a new tree, plot the next one. I'm going to fill in a species. I'm going to put in some measurements. And the most important part is that I want to make an unnamed tree. So to do that, I just change the name to this hash group. Now because there's quite a few like that, I'm just simply going to replicate that one. And just use the replicate command to get a group of them. On here we've got a few more, but they're a bit bigger, so I'm just going to increase the size of some of these. Beams. And then again use the replicate and plot a few of them. So that's all my unnamed trees plotted. So now I need to wrap them up by adding a group. So then I just draw my group polygon. I've already got my tree outlined there, so I can just work my way around them. And then double click at the end, fill in my group. I know I've got, there's about 6 ash there, I'll check it later. And I think I put in about 5 hornbeams. and then I can fill in as much other information as I need to. So does that, I can't see that label, so let me find that label, stick it up here. So that's my tree plotted. As you can see, I've got these unnamed trees that all have the same name, and I can use them to move things around. Let me just move that one around. So that we've left the name, the hashed group name there, so that it's easy to grab. But when we look in the reports, you see there's none of those trees there, there's only the named trees here. And when we go to print the map, all we see is the names for the ones that we named, and all the unnamed trees are just blank. But in fact, I'm going to edit that T5 because I think that could be just an unnamed tree, it doesn't need its own name. And now that has disappeared from the list. T5 is gone. So finally, we'll just have a look at what we can do with RPAs. We'll show the RPAs. And you can see that we've got the RPAs for all the individual trees, and we've got the standard 1 meter outline buffer. So for people with the standard Otis subscription, that's all you can do. You can export into CAD and start playing around with it there. Moving on to our final case. With the Otis Premium subscription, there are some very helpful extra features. You plot the unnamed trees as before, then when you plot the group polygon, you can automatically adjust the crown, the RPA and the species list. So let's go and see how you do that. First, you just want to make sure that this map option is enabled. Now when you add your group polygon, you don't have to be very exact, just enclose the whole group. And you can see the area is being presented. Then you can fill in the information, all the information that is going to appear on the website. Under the multiple species, you've got a new button to update the group trees. So this will go and count all the trees and put all the counts into the table. So that's correct. So now I've got my rough and ready polygon. I go and reshape that. So I could go and do that, or I could use this button up here called Enclose Trees. Pressing that produces a nice shape and uses all the crowns that I've put in there already. If you ever needed to do that manually, it's probably best to expand it and reduce it like this, but in most cases enclosing the trees should get you a nice tight fit. Now moving on to the RPAs. First of all, we'll show the RPA. So in the same way, when you press the RPA button, if you do an individual tree, you can modify the RPA and change it around. You can do the same for these group trees, although you probably would never need to, so I think I'll revert that one to a circle. But for the group RPA, I've got a button to enclose all the RPAs. So that will go and find all the trees inside the group and then make a nice curved line which encloses all the RPAs. If I ever needed to revert, I can always just revert it, manually change things, or just enclose the RPA. And now to summarize. First I plotted some groups and I made them unnamed by changing their reference to hash group. Then I wrapped them up by creating a group polygon and filled in all the information that I wanted to appear on the reports. So on the reports I just see the named trees, but when I print out maps I see all the trees but only labels for the named trees. And finally, I was able to use some of the advanced features to enclose the trees and the RPAs to produce good shapes. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it useful.